Start.
Hello everyone, greetings from Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysore. I have with me Dr. Arun Chandra Muthod, Professor of MBA Department at MIT Mysore. We have just started an International Affairs Office at the Institute. Probably you must all be aware of the fact that this will function to achieve your dreams and help will be lended from Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysore. And you must also be aware of the fact that from the past 1.5 decades, the institution is spreading its fragrance in the southern part of Karnataka and has made its own footmark in the field of engineering and management sciences. Sir,
Yes,
I have just come to know that the International Affairs Office at the MIT Mysore, which is established a week ago, is for the benefit of the students who are already pursuing engineering or management degree or Master of Computer Applications at the institute. How do you put it, sir, collectively?
yes, sir. It's a wonderful decision taken by the management of Maharaja Institute of Technology, and I feel it is also a wonderful opportunity for our students here at MIT to pursue their studies further and also achieve their dream of getting a foreign certificate or a foreign degree certificate from an internationally reputed university.
So, I think you must be already having an MOU with multiple universities.
Yes, sir. Well, in this regard, we have already had a series of talks, and finally it culminated in we signing an MOU with some of the best universities in Europe and US. When it comes to university in US, we have already signed it with the University of North Alabama, which is a 180-year university, and which is very well reputed for its engineering as well as its management programs. So we have an association with them, and we also have signed an MOU with the FOM University in Germany. So that also is pretty well private university, but highly reputed university in Germany, and they also offer very good courses in engineering as well as management sciences, and they are extremely good in some futuristic courses also, something like big data, business analytics, and in terms of industry related short-term courses also. So with this university also we have written formal MOU which we have signed, and all those courses which FOM University offers in Germany in English is also offered to our students. That is another MOU which we have signed. And there is one very highly reputed business school, which is one of the premier business schools in Italy. It's based out of Rome, called as Rome Business School. We also have an MOU signed with them, and we also have written to various other universities like University of North Arkansas. It's a state university, University of South Carolina, North Carolina. So these are some of the universities which are still in the pipeline.
Yes.
And we are likely to sign it in the very near future. However, in fact, our efforts are being supported by the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce.
That's a very bright prospect, sir.
Yes, and they have in fact signed an MOU with MIT here, and in fact their regional president, Dr. C. Manohar, visited our campus recently for the inaugural program of our MIT International Campus here, and we have signed an MOU with them also. So all those American universities which are in touch with the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce also come into our purview now.
That probably opens up very great avenues for the students who are already enrolled into the courses at MIT Mysore.
Yes.
How a student of first year or second year undergraduate can get the assistance from International Affairs Office at MIT?
Sir, there are different ways in which a student can get benefited out of this office here. Say if it is a fresher, in fact there is an opportunity for a student to decide right at the beginning whether he wants to do an engineering course or a management course here at MIT completely and then go for a foreign degree, or he also can decide whether he wants to do 2 years of engineering here in India and then do the rest of the 2 years in US or in Europe.
Oh, that means a student who is pursuing his second year engineering can shift to his third year degree in a university which we do have an MOU with.
Exactly, sir. This is exactly, and
Is it allowed in the university, sir?
Sir, yes. The thing is, well, they have to take the change of the universities, and they have probably discontinue this. But however, since we have a credit transfer system, the university abroad accepts our student. What we have done is not only just signed the MOU, we have also ensured that our syllabus is mapped with the syllabus of the university where we have signed an MOU there. So those people have given us a specification saying that if our third year students go there and if they are able to only finish some of their credit transfers there, it is possible for them to give them a complete engineering degree of 4 years from that university.
Dear students and parents, probably this is one of its kind MOU that MIT has brought up. Dr. Arun Chandra Mudhod will be sitting in the International Affairs office in the proposed library. Probably you should visit him and seek more clarifications. So I hope you will be more happy to have students there. On behalf of students, if I continue my interview with you and ask you what should be their preparation so as to get a seat in the foreign university?
Sir, it's a very good question and a very relevant question, I feel. In fact, for any of the universities where MIT has signed an MOU, we have always ensured that the entry to a student from MIT is one of the easiest ones. In fact, to all those universities, we have a condition where we say that any student from MIT need not take any entrance examinations. He need not take any GMAT, GRE or any of such things, not even TOEFL, not even IELTS. Without any of these preparations, if he is only a student of MIT, it is enough and we officially can register him as a student of that university, and that particular university also cannot deny us a seat. He has an assured seat that yes, he will be a student of that particular university for the next 2 years there.
That's a great opportunity to tap on, my dear students. And what kind of courses are planned, sir? Say for example, we have a civil engineering course here, mechanical engineering. Likewise, we have 5 undergraduate courses. Of course, 3 have been added this year, and 2 postgraduate courses as well as MTech. Will they be straight away transferred to the same arena there?
So it becomes more relevant, in terms of their career prospects. If someone let us say, a civil engineering student from MIT goes and does and completes his course in US in civil engineering only, it becomes more relevant and it becomes more good for his own career prospects. But if he has got any other course, let us say, which is in terms which acts as more of a complementary thing to his basic degree of engineering, then yes, he is open to take up. Nowadays, these kind of degrees have become so open, like, in fact, IT is welcoming, the sector IT itself is welcoming engineers, technicians, management graduates from almost all the fields.
Yes.
So you have everyone taking up 1 or 2 relevant courses in the field of IT and then jumping to that field. But we also should ensure that there is a lot of analysis which can be done in the field of civil engineering also. So civil analytics is something which students can do. Mechatronics is something which mechanical students can do. Not necessarily that everyone has to do something in IT related field. So those kind of relevant courses are available, and we have almost any of these kind of relevant courses which we can offer as either as a long-term course or as a short-term course for our students, either in UG or in PG.
Sir, but I have heard that a degree from foreign university costs his pocket a lot. Is it the same with a student getting transferred from MIT, or any scholarships are offered from MIT?
Sir, MIT as such has got a policy from the management. In fact, they offer quite a lot of scholarships for all our engineering students, for most of the engineering students, based on their own management policies. But however, when it comes to international education, MIT as such helps the students in only getting their seat for the relevant universities, but the scholarship policy as such depends more on the university policy of that international university, and MIT does not come into the play. But however, the preference, yes, preference would be given to MIT students, and some kind of a concession is given to MIT students in terms of their tuition fees.
Okay.
If a student directly applies to a specific university and takes up a course there, what he ends up paying as a direct student, there will be a substantial discount if he goes through MIT. That much of assurance I can give you, that all MIT students will get a substantial discount in terms of their tuition fees.
So it is a scholarship in terms of bridge between the university and the student.
Yes.
Nice, sir. How do they get the visa and the rest of the things done so that their movement from here to there is easy?
Right, sir. Well, here in terms of the application, in terms of applying for the university, is done through the help of the International Affairs Office. Apart from that, the visa application as such has to be given in the relevant embassies only. But in terms of giving all the necessary documentation in support of the student, saying that he has been a student of MIT for so and so years, or in terms of getting the necessary relevant recommendation letters from the university professors, those kind of help MIT can offer to the students, which will help the students in getting their visas, their student F1 visas, easily and very fast.
Okay. Once their visas are done, once their seats are booked, parents will be definitely worried about their stay and food arrangements in the universities. Can you throw some light on that?
Well, the fee structure as such, what we have in mind is that we are designing the fee structure in such a way that it's an entire package for the student. Whoever goes here not only has to pay the tuition fees but also has to take care of his local transportation. He has to take care of his stay there, as well as his food arrangements. So depends on what kind of a food habit he has and all that. So what we have done is we have taken the necessary details from the relevant universities, and wherever the student is allotted a seat, we offer him a package which will consist of all these three as a full package. And we say we will take care of your stay there in the hostel, which will be obviously a shared accommodation, but quite relevant, quite hygienic and quite good stay facilities, plus good amount of healthy hygienic food is also available. So everything is taken.
Oh, that's great arrangements already being done. And we keep boasting of ourselves, claiming that we already have MBA accreditation, NAC accreditation. And do you think the addition of International Affairs Office creates an edge to our students over their contemporaries?
Yes, sir. Definitely, it creates an edge because as of now, I don't see many institutes or universities having this kind of an arrangement with international universities directly, where they send their students for their higher education. One, I also do not see any opportunities for some of the faculties also. So with all these universities, wherever we have signed an MOU, we have signed an MOU which consists of a student exchange program, a faculty exchange program, and we also talk about partnership development support in terms of education abroad. So all these points become more relevant, and our students and our faculties definitely have an edge over others.
Say for example, if a student who is already in first or second year, if they do not wish to join now, but they wish to join after pursuing a degree here of 4 years, what would the help that will be extended from this office to such students?
So that becomes much more easy because they have already finished their degree here, and later they can straight away go and join either an MSc program in business analytics, or as I said, civil analytics or mechatronics or whatever, or do a certification course also. But in some countries where in Europe, where language is a barrier, then it becomes very important for the student to learn a foreign language before he goes and gets a job there. So what we as an international office is trying to do is, we also, if they have already made up their mind to join or to pursue their higher education later, from their second year onwards or from their fourth year onwards, in that case, let them join at least for a foreign language course which we in the international office conduct. and let them get accustomed to the foreign language and take those necessary certifications well in advance and become more familiar with that particular language. Either learn German language or French language or Swedish language or any other language, or even improve their own English language also. Because communication is an extremely important feature when the students have to go abroad.
So to sum things up for our students who are already a part of MIT family, any student of any year of study can now avail a seat in the foreign university through the International Affairs Office at MIT Mysore. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, sir. You are right.
So I think I have reached the end of the interview. I seek one suggestion to our students from you so that they can focus more on their career.
Well, sir, employability is something which any student or any parent would dream of, especially in terms of the parents making their students, making their wards join degree college here in India is concerned. Most of the parents are interested in knowing how, what are the kind of placement arrangements does that particular college have in terms of employability. Or once they do that particular degree course, what kind of a job is my son or my daughter likely to get? That's one very important question that any parent will have. Similarly, the student also will always think more in terms of getting employed rather than getting a degree.
Okay.
So, in foreign university, compared to the same situation in a foreign university, we see that students join a university only to learn and not to get a job.
Okay.
So, universities are also there very clear about it, saying that you have come here only to learn and take a degree, not to get a job. The system will take care of them later on when they have the necessary credentials with them. So, I think here also we need to change that. We as parents need to think in a different manner. We first need to educate our students to get the relevant jobs later. First of all, it is the acquirement of the necessary skills, and later the system will take care.
But having said that, let me assure you that with the degree from the other universities which are based out in foreign countries, it is definitely much easier to get employed because the mindset to which we are catering is that of getting jobs. And we assure you from our end that it becomes much more easier and you land at good places of employability. Sir, thank you very much